Now, this movie answers the question, is it possible to make a movie about a Rocky and Bullwinkle character that is actually good? Mr. Peabody and Sherman, directed by Rob Minkoff, who directed The Lion King. Now that's a way to make a good movie about Rocky and Bullwinkle character. Get the director of The Lion King. And this movie is based on the cartoon about a very smart dog named Mr. Peabody, who in this movie is voiced by Ty Burrell, and he adopts a boy named Sherman, voiced by Max Charles, and he invents the time machine called the Wayback, and he uses the time machine to teach Sherman everything about history and what really happened back then. And when Sherman goes to his first day of school at 7 years old, he meets up with this girl named Penny, played by Ariel Winter, and gets into a fight with her. And this could risk Peabody's custody agreement to have Sherman, so because there's this teacher named Mrs. Grunion, voiced by Allison Janney. Yeah, it's a reference to the story known as Beowulf. It took me a while to realize that. And in order for Peabody to prove that he is a good father for Sherman, he decides to invite Penny and his parents, voiced by Leslie Mann, Penny's mother, and Penny's father is voiced by Stephen Colbert. And while Penny and Sherman are playing, Sherman decides to take Penny back in time with the Wayback Machine and loses her somewhere in the past, and it's up to Peabody and Sherman to go back into the past and rescue her. And this movie is really good. I really did like this movie. Definitely the best of all the previous attempts to bring Rocky and Bullwinkle characters to the big screen. The previous movies were the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie, the Underdog movie, the Dudley Do-Right movie, and the George of the Jungle film. The first three were terrible, and George of the Jungle was very mediocre. It was an okay film, but it wasn't a great film. This movie is a really good film. It's not great, but it's definitely worth watching over and over again. I really did like this. You got the voice of Stanley Tucci as Leonardo da Vinci, and Mel Brooks makes a cameo as the voice of Albert Einstein. That is really good. It's just a really good story, just really good at keeping to the source material of the original cartoon. I really did like that, and I thought Ty Burrell was a great voice for Mr. Peabody, and the animation is fantastic. I didn't see this in 3D, but I would think that if you did see it in 3D, you would definitely like it. And when they're getting a lot of these people back from the past and bringing them to the present, it feels very much like a Bill and Ted movie. That is pretty funny. So I'm going to give this movie a B+. Definitely a good movie to check out.